Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumedh Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. Today I'm answering a question: how to ask for a raise or shout out from a client without coming across as a leech. It's one of my biggest fears. It's like deep down I know I'm taking more value than giving value, even if the results prove the opposite. So first of all, we want to define what value is, okay? What kind of value are you giving? All right, and how do we feel valuable? By giving, first of all, without expectation, okay? Practice being altruistic, first and foremost. Second thing that I would say is keep promises to yourself, all right? If you have little goals that you have throughout your day, but you aren't really checking them off, or you've kept promises, but you aren't really doing them, all right? So I recorded this whole video and I had to record it again. Why? Because I promised you that I would get this video to you. Right? So are you actually promising yourself, or are you just kind of going about your day? Right? A promise is a promise. Your word is your bond. So practice that. Third of all, accountability. All right? Find accountability, whether it's yourself, whether it's finding leverage or urgency from a mentor, from somebody else. Practicing that follow-up. Follow-up is a flow level up. A follow-up is a flow level up. So first of all, you said leech, right? Let's define a leech. A leech is like it's a blood-sucking or carnivorous aquatic or terrestrial creature, right? It's a worm. Are you a worm? I hope not. I mean, in the language that you used itself, it's like you're feeling like a leech. It's not a helpful archetype. It's not a helpful image in the mind to think of a leech, right? Or a vampire, or some kind of a mosquito, like sucking people's energy or life force. You know, if you think of yourself as a person clinging for resources for personal gain, you know, it's coming already from that framework of scarcity, right? That I don't have enough, and so I must keep giving a lot, or I must keep giving more. It's like, it's not being able to value yourself. You see, if your self-worth is down here and your results are up here, it's still sabotage, right? You'll be like, I don't deserve it. She's out of my league. This is too expensive. I can't do this. I'm not good enough. You'll constantly sabotage. But if your self-worth is up here and your results are down here, and so when it rises up, right, when you get those results, you'll be like, yeah, I deserve it. It was meant to happen. It's just natural. It's organic. All right. So there's a big difference here. And I have a course, actually, it's an hour-long training on self-worth mastery. All right, self-worth mastery. I can link it in this video below as well, okay? First of all, you want to understand what are the benefits of what you're offering. All right, get it really clear in your mind, the benefits of what you're offering. Then I would also say to be able to understand the objections that are going to come up and prepare them from beforehand, okay? So there's a couple of reasons why people don't follow up. Okay, one could be that you don't know what to say. One could be that you don't have enough time. One could be that, you don't really have a proper system of follow-up. One could be that, you just feel like you're going to mess it up or screw it up in some way. A limiting belief of it's not going to work if I ask them, okay? Now, we get what we expect. So if you believe that you won't do it, or they're not going to respond to you, that's probably the case. You don't want to be attached to the outcome so much, right? So it's like, are they a good fit for you or not? Don't go for the client that's like 60% committed because they're your only option. You're clinging on to them, right? This pattern can permeate into other things like, people as well. Just simply stating, hey, did you enjoy working with me? Did you find that what I offered you was helpful to you in any way? And if they say yeah, then you go for asking them, if you did enjoy it, I was wondering if you could write me a testimonial, written or a video. That would be really helpful to me, and I'd be very grateful for it. It's just very simple, right? Don't overcomplicate it in the mind. Our mind loves to search for things. It becomes like a TSA agent, looking for the different things that are wrong, but oftentimes they are right. Okay, so it's the frame with which you're looking at it from. A follow-up can be so simple, but we want to overcomplicate it in our minds to actually get us to not do it. It's also important to step into your client's shoes a little bit. And if you were interviewing them or ask them what do they truly desire, how would you hope that your product helped them? Right? Really asking yourself these questions to pinpoint the benefits and feeling much more comfortable and a value of what you did offer. Right? And also asking empathizing questions like, hey, do you feel comfortable with this? Where do you think we should take it from here? Just a fair warning, I am raising my prices from this year, and so I'm deciding to let you know. right? From next month, whatever, I'm going to raise my prices. You want to write out some typical objections. Typical objections is like, is this the best option for me? I have so many other options. Can I afford this? Will I get a good service? It's always great to give a guarantee. A lot of businesses have guarantees, but they don't follow through on a guarantee. So when they actually do guarantee something and follow through on it, it's like, hallelujah. It's like when someone sets up an appointment with you, right? And everything goes right. You don't have to plan beforehand. You're like, hey, are you going to be there at this time? They're like, yeah, I'm there. I'm ready. Or it's just like, whoa. Right? Most people, they cancel last minute, right? All this stuff. So when something actually goes right like that, you're going to be the outlier in that person's mind. Ask yourself, what kind of business partner or people that I want to collaborate with? What kind of people do I want as business partners? What are the qualities? Right? Trustworthy, efficient, loyal, caring, a leader. All of these qualities people would also would like in you. So emulate. It's about really getting to the identity of the type of person that isn't afraid of that number, right? Because it's a feeling. If I told you right now, there's $1 million in your bank right now, you'd go, whoa, awesome, cool, right? And then I say, just kidding, aw, then your state drops. You're depending on the state to get you to feel good, but it was just a feeling, it was just a thought that made you feel bad. Okay, recognize that. All you're scared of is just a thought. When you can locate the thought, just detect it, you can change it. You can change it very quickly. Always call out the elephant in the room. Okay? Hey, I know I'm asking you, I don't mean to be a pest, but, I'm going through all of my appointment follow-ups, and I noticed that you hadn't paid me yet, or whatever. Whatever your request is. I was wondering how soon we can get that handled. You don't have to come across as rude or like a leech in any way. Right? It can just be very straightforward, but also very polite, to the point. And also, when people don't reply to you, don't get super attached to that as well. Alright, if they signed a contract with you, that's on them. Alright, you can get to the technical details later if they're not replying. Clearly, there's something off there. Maybe there's an emergency there. You don't have to go deep into the rabbit hole with that. What you can do also is just wait a week, come back again, and then I also like to send something random as a pattern interrupt at times. I feel that does help. Like just a GIF or a meme or a funny picture or something like that, just to break the ice again. Because sometimes these transactional things can get very, very serious. It's like, I owe you money and I'm the professional and you are my client and this is this in this specific way and this. That gets us to feel a lot more stress and we feel all this baggage and extra burden, and it's like, oh, I must be a professional in this way. How can I say this in the most precise way in this email, right? It becomes so frustrating. So when you can just see them as a human being, like you want no pressure, and also all you're checking with them is, are they a good fit or not? Are they a good fit for you or not? Of course they're a good fit for you, otherwise why would they be your clients? You could also give extra proof, like, share with them the different things that you're coming across, the different things you're learning with them. It's about lead nurturing, client nurturing, right? Just like you've got to nurture a relationship, that's just simply a dynamic. Call it out for what it is, really. Also, you can always give them lots of value. I always love over-delivering, but that's just me. Like, that's just the way my mind works. Like, I give these videos away for free. You know what I mean? But I've paid so much money for this wisdom. You know what I mean? Because I'm not attached to it. I'm not, I need something from these videos. I'm really not attached. I don't care if they go viral or not. I'm not attached to them. I'm still noticing that I'm still giving value irregardless. Even if someone watches it for 1 second, I know they're going to get an impact immediately. Even if they hate me, that's still an impact that I'm causing. You want to give lots of value. You want to delegate, right? Even if you give them a free webinar or ebook, you don't always have to make those yourself to save time. You can always freelance it to somebody else. Help you make it. Use money to save time. Also, when you start sending people free things and they liked it, ask them, did you like that? Did you enjoy that? You can even use their reply as a testimonial and just ask them, do you mind if I use this as a testimonial, what you just said? Most likely they'll say yes. Hey, this made me really smile, what you just said here. Do you mind if I just screenshot this and share it as a testimonial real quick? It can be that simple, okay? It's just about really understanding the system of that follow-up and just getting back to them and speaking in such a direct way, right? It's really about identifying as the type of person when you see that amount of money or that number, you don't feel this tension based on that number. You feel, yeah, that's fine. All right. What you can do if you want to feel better about it is have an inflated number in your mind, like let's say 10K, and then say that you're offering it for a lower price, whatever your current price is, or whatever number you feel comfortable with, right? And this is not any kind of scheme, right? This is a marketing technique. A lot of marketing people do this. The real price is that price, but they give an inflated price to make it seem like, it's coming down. I prefer giving bonuses rather than discounts. You know what I mean? Bonus is just very high value. It's like giving extra value. Discount is kind of like, I don't know what this is worth. I'm giving you 20% off. Personally, for my own program, Flowzone Academy, it's a steal, right? It's a guarantee that they get all my big books, all my video courses, now and in the future. And I'm building a community. So that's just, that's awesome. You know what I mean? So you got to know how awesome your product is and understand it, that it's really helping others. When you're super clear on your system as well, and you're following through, and you're genuinely curious about elevating and transforming somebody's life, they will want to give you a testimonial. You won't even have to ask them. Even if you do ask them, 99% people will say, yeah, sure. Because they found value in it. And some of them don't. Those aren't your people. Don't worry about that. All right? If they don't reply or something, that's not in your control, whether they reply or not. Doesn't matter. Right? Your job is to just come from your truth, nurture them as much as you can, build a relationship there, build genuine trust. Don't be a salesperson, be a trustworthy person. Be a consultant, right? Be an advisor, be a therapist, be a guide, be a teacher. Don't be a salesperson. Because whenever you think of salesperson, you think of this like sleazy, pushy kind of guy who's being this leech. He's trying to make the sale. It's like everything's cool until you ask for the money. Why not everything's cool all the way through? And talking about taboo topics isn't a big deal anymore. Money, sex, God. Like, I can say those words. And I don't feel any kind of, hesitation or a feeling of like, oh man, I feel anxiety as I say these things. So it's really about getting to that crucial element of just like feeling comfortable with it. And also running scenarios in your mind that it's going great. Visualization, my friend. If it doesn't go the way you want it, visualize it in the scenario in your mind the way that you'd like it to go. And keep running it. Not just once, multiple times. Right? Do it 12 times a day. As long as you're activating that and really coming from that energy. I do have a self-worth mastery course. Check that out if you want more value in terms of this. All right. Have an amazing day. I hope this was helpful to you. May the flow be with you and stay legendary.